Yeah, man, it's the 2nd of August, 2023. Let's talk about broadcast torture. I've been dealing with a really tough time the last few days, really all week. And I feel that it's important enough to come on and make my case about it publicly on YouTube for thousands of people and whoever wants to watch it. So Sunday, my gang stalkers started to get what would seem to just be like out of control jealousy. And they get like that more and more about my life as I find myself in favorable circumstances, in reality, in real life, and not in broadcast remote neural monitoring circumstances, obviously, but in normal life circumstances out here in the world. I'm finding myself in more favorable positions. And this bothers them immensely. And the more that it happens, the more violent they become. Now, just to clarify, okay, neural monitoring, remote neural monitoring, it's like a profile, okay? It's something that's based on your neurological broadcast frequency, your EMF signature. And from that, okay, there's an account which would have like a profile, like an online profile, almost like a social media. And it would have all of your settings and any history that they have or anything that they have programmed to it, like settings or anything like that, and anybody that you're connected with, and all of the broadcast and mind control settings, who you can hear, artificial telepathy, broadcast telepathy, who's allowed to connect to you on a neurological level to be able to receive you, who's allowed within your perimeter of your personal space to be able to physically touch you or attack you with broadcast. And it's pretty typical that one person has control and possession of your neural monitoring, just like one person would have control over an account. Like, for example, like a Facebook account. You have control over your Facebook account. Now, if you wanted to, you could allow multiple people to have access to your Facebook account. And that's kind of what you're dealing with is one person has control over the account, and they can allow other people different levels of access or control over certain parameters or settings and stuff like that. So in my case, there's one particular girl that has possession and control over my neural monitoring. And she has collaborated with a lot of different people around our home area. And there's a lot of people that I know that became gang stalkers that got their neural monitoring and started to use it in malicious ways. And I know a couple people that have neural monitoring that I don't believe use it in those ways. And then there's probably many people that don't use it in horrible ways like gang stalking that we don't know about, that I don't know about or nobody knows about, because they're not out there making it a thing where everybody knows they're a gang stalker using remote neural monitoring. So the group that I've been dealing with, though, is in close collaboration with this girl that has possession and control over my neural monitoring. So therefore, it is a conspiracy. They have conspired together to cause damage or harm or attempt to murder or those type of things. And what I've been dealing with really for the last over a decade, over 10 years, is broadcast torture is the worst part of it. It's very difficult to find out that people can know what you're thinking and they're able to communicate with you unconsensually. It's not like you can hang up on them. The broadcast telepathy, they're just there and you can't get rid of them because you don't have access to your own neurological control panel, to your profile on neural monitoring. You don't have that. So they have access to it, so they control it how they want to. And they're relentless with it, just like this gang stalker, Black James, who was on my channel, the main guy in 2015 and 16, who was also very closely associated with this girl. He was the main guy. And when he passed it off to the group of guys that are on there now, he says, hope you're ready, because these MFs are relentless. I'll never forget him saying that. And, I'm like, whatever, I want my neural monitoring, but who would have thought that all these many years later, they never would have took a day off. They never took an hour off. They've been on my neural monitoring, sitting at home, mostly on mind control with the thing on their head most of the time, living as broadcast, controlling neural monitoring stuff, and basically living their life as broadcast in this broadcast reality, which is broadcast in our natural environment. It's not like virtual reality. You put on a thing and you see into a computer world that doesn't actually exist. This is different. Okay, when they see into this world, it is our world. It is the real world. And they are integrated. Satellite broadcast technology has, through mind control and them connecting with a broadcast, are able to live in our natural environment as a broadcast and live in broadcast reality. So it's like a game, but it's not. And in this circumstance, they're able to physically attack humans. So, I've talked about it and documented it extensively on multiple channels and other platforms, YouTube and all over social media. And I've even had websites before. I intend to have more, and I do have one. A lot of places, a lot of different social medias, and a lot of videos and stuff like that everywhere. So I've documented it extensively, and I continue to document it. But in this case, I feel that it's life-threatening. I feel that they are diminishing my health rapidly, and their intention is to do so. Their intention is to cause physical bodily damage, and that makes it attempted murder. It really is attempted murder. I'm not throwing terms around. Okay, this group of gang stalkers that has conspired and acted out these things, these actions against me with broadcast attacks, it is 100% attempted murder. And there's no way around it, and there's no other way to look at it. Sunday, they started attacking me, my face, and they always attack me, okay? But this particular segment of attacks started on Sunday. They started attacking my face and then putting broadcasts into my neck, all through here, like from here down into my neck, up into my jawline, and I can taste the broadcast in my mouth. It burns my mouth constantly. You taste the electricity, and it causes all your teeth to be loose, and it deteriorates your gums. And this whole thing with the neck, I've been talking about for months and months, and it's become one of their favorite things. But since Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, today, Wednesday, 4 days nonstop, they've been in my neck, and it feels like it's become a serious injury that could be life-threatening. And at this point, if it gets any worse, because I'm very sore up through, even if they stop, I'm very sore in my neck area, right through my jaw, into my mouth and everything. And it's not like an abscess tooth or something like that. It's originating like in my neck, and it hurts so bad. It feels like my whole neck is going to rupture. And it's the exact same thing that I've been talking about for all these months when they're attacking me. But this time they're not letting up, and I'm going to have to seek medical treatment, or if there's nothing they can do. There's nothing a medical doctor can do, but because they're broadcast attacking me. And until they stop broadcast attacking me, I can't even heal up and feel better. And right now, I believe that it's becoming a life-threatening thing. And I've talked about who these guys are, and what groups they're from, and who some of the main players are extensively. And I'm not lying about it. It really is those people. Those people do have remote neural monitoring access. They have their own neural monitoring. Each one of them that I've ever named on this channel, they have their own neural monitoring, and they're able to make these connections and access people that don't have theirs unconsensually, and make these unfavorable connections for us, where they're able to connect and basically just be a part of our day, every minute of every day, without going away. And they want to do live streams. You can hear my voice is a little different today. And it's because they're in my neck. And it mainly hurts up in the upper part of my neck, into my jaw right here, but it's mainly my neck. And I think it's life-threatening at this point. I think that soon I will be admitted into a hospital with serious health risks to my life. And it is 100% because of this group of gang stalkers using satellite broadcast neural monitoring technology while they're on mind control, putting their broadcast intentionally into my neck to intentionally cause harm and bodily damage and injury, which is 100% attempted murder. Each one of these people that I've named, they have access to their neural monitoring. They have access to other people that they call targets, and they use it in very malicious, violent ways. It is an act of war, and it could definitely be war crimes. Okay, it could be gang crime under like RICO Act, and it could be terrorist crimes. They act as a terrorist organization. And I think it's important for us to approach it in those ways, because that's what it is. And just because nobody wants to admit that neural monitoring is happening, I mean, when you got 1 million people screaming, yeah, it's happening to me, we're all saying the exact same thing, then it starts to be a little more obvious and a little less dismissible. So at this point, we have to continue to document and scream from the top of every mountain, because it is war crimes, and it's genocide. It's what it is. It's genocide. And you could classify some of it as slavery and some of it as human trafficking. You could definitely call it attempted murder. It's genocide. And I think gang stalkers that use broadcast to attack people physically and torture people are war criminals, and they should be hunted down. That's what I believe. They should be hunted down and brought to justice, right? That's what should happen. And I believe that will happen in the future. So if I survive long enough, I will continue to learn and become more successful, and I promise they won't walk away from this without consequences.